Good evening. My name is Ira Steinberg, and I am honored to be your 2017 UJA Campaign Chair. Hashtag sealed with an emoji. But thank you, Andrea and Phil, Mindy and Alex. Your vision and leadership in pulling this together and getting 550 plus people in the room is simply amazing. Thank you so much. Over the years, and especially since becoming campaign chair, I am often asked, why do I believe in federation? Why do I give my time, my resources, and my heart to this cause? And the answer to me is easy. It's the people, the connections, the late night meetings. It's being in a room together with all of you. But above all, it's about experiencing aha moments. That one look, that one experience, that special encounter that demonstrates the power and impact of federation. I ask you to travel with me to Moscow on one of my very first missions. Although it was almost 20 years ago, I can visualize this scene as if I was watching it on a high-definition DVR. Our greater MetroWest group had collected successfully, smuggled too, basic sundry items, Tylenol, toothpaste, toothbrushes, medicines, stuff of that like, which weren't really available in 1990s Russia. We were split up in the morning, and my group took off, 12 of us, with our stash of goodies, and off we went to go visit Sophia, an elderly woman who received hot meals and a friendly weekly visit from the JDC, our overseas partner, the American Jewish Joint Distribution Committee, funded by our annual campaign. Gray, multi-story brownstone building reminiscent of the Upper West Side was once owned by her father, Dr. Aronson, whose nameplate still hangs next to the exterior door. I knew the Aronson name, so I felt a sense of home as we walked in the building. Years earlier, the communists had taken the building from Dr. Aronson and turned it into public housing and forced Sophia to live in 2 small rooms and share a communal bathroom with unrelated people on her floor. As we walked single file into the first of the small rooms, I watched the others greeted and welcomed by a smiling Sophia and her JDC volunteer, sitting on her bed. She was thrilled, kind and gracious, welcoming her Jewish guests from America into her home with loving smiles and nods. Then I walked in the door. Sophia's eyes locked onto me. Gone was her warm, welcoming smile. Her face dropped as if she had seen a ghost. The tension in the room was palpable. A frantic conversation between Sophia and her aide ensued, all in Russian. No one understood a word. And I'm sitting there thinking, what could I have done? Did I somehow offend this poor woman? The aide hopped up from Sophia's bed, ran into the little adjacent room, and she emerged with this huge picture frame. With a tear in her eye, Sophia pointed to the photo, looked at me, pointed back. The picture was of her son, Sasha, and was a spitting image of me. Sadly, Sophia hadn't seen her son, Sasha, in over a decade, as he had left Moscow and his aging mother to pursue a better life for himself. Literally, Sophia had seen a ghost. There, but for the grace of God, go I. Aha. My grandparents were lucky and able enough to leave Russia, Poland, and Austria and settle in the freedom of America. Sophia could have been any of our grandparents. My Nini, your Booby. Who knows where any of us would have been if they hadn't left? What would our lives and families have been like? What would our destinies have been? The experience forever cemented in my mind how truly blessed we are to be here, to be part of a vibrant, caring Jewish community. See, we are the lucky ones to be blessed with the opportunity to help those who cannot help themselves. It's federation that ensures that we don't forget about the Sophias, wherever they are in the world. Moscow, Cherkasy, our Israeli partnerships in Israel, South Orange, New Jersey, and ensure that they live out their final days with dignity. I share this story with my children to explain why Amy and I support the UJA Annual Campaign in our Jewish community with our time and money. Who will share the responsibility to build a Jewish community that provides for those in distress, keeps our children safe, and fosters opportunities to ensure a strong Jewish future? We do. And if not us, who? For 90-plus years, this organization has raised funds to make an impact through the creation of a network of partnership agencies and programs that provide services to those in critical need throughout our local community, Israel, and over 70 countries throughout the world. Federation is the organization able to respond at a moment's notice. For generations, only one organization has met the needs of Jewish communities locally and worldwide. Only one organization has rescued and resettled Jews from the former Soviet Union, Europe, South America, and Africa, and continues to do so to this day. Only one organization balances our Jewish values of caring for the elderly, helping those in financial distress, supporting Jewish continuity, and building community. You can see and feel the Federation in action at our 3 Jewish community centers. Centers that serve as important and vital connections for thousands in greater MetroWest, from infants to after-school programs, services for those with special needs, and seniors. Each JCC is a communal gathering place for hundreds of low-income Jewish seniors who come for meals, cultural programs, and support. I have personally seen these seniors stepping off the Metro transport bus that we fund through our annual campaign with smiles on their faces, knowing that they will spend the day in good company, receive a hot meal, oftentimes their only hot meal of the day, and feel that they are part of something larger than their one-bedroom apartment or empty home. There is a community, a network that cares. Anti-Semitism is on the rise across the globe. In Essex County just a few weeks ago, our Community Relations Committee had to combat and speak out against graffiti on an overpass in South Mountain Reservation. Reports of swastikas in public school bathrooms have become common occurrences. Over 150 bomb threats called or emailed into Jewish community centers, day schools, and agencies since January. Cemetery headstones overturned and desecrated, lockdown drills becoming regular practices in Jewish institutions. Unfortunately, we have all now been touched by the fear, disruption, and concern of these senseless acts of intolerance and bigotry, and we simply cannot accept this as the new normal. But Federation was there. Greater MetroWest has welcomed our community's first Chief Security Officer, Robert Wilson. We are one of just a handful of federations throughout North America who have taken this important step to hire a professional focused solely on providing security for our Jewish community, agencies, synagogues, and infrastructure. It is your annual campaign gift that allows Federation to serve in this coordinative role. Our JCCs and agencies struggling with increased costs to protect their buildings and people. It was the foresight of our leadership in our community and our annual campaign that enabled us to be there to provide this critical security and support through these difficult times. As Bruce Springsteen sings in his classic Growing Up, when they said sit down, I stood up. When I was asked to attend a Federation event 25 years ago, just like many of you here tonight, it was the spark that ignited my passion for UJA. But unlike the boss, I did not come out with my soul untouched. My stories and experiences don't begin and end with Sophia in Moscow. I have witnessed firsthand countless examples, simple acts of kindness, of how Federation and the Annual Campaign changes lives, gives people hope, and protects our Jewish future. Together, we are building a world where every Jew, whether they're in Randolph, Cranford, Havana, Short Hills, Scotch Plains, Rishon LeZion, Odessa, or Siberia, knows that the greater MetroWest Jewish community cares. And this is where I turn to you. To the more than 150 of you here tonight, new to Federation, I want you to experience and feel the same sense of pride and confidence I have in this organization and its mission. We strive to be a community that impacts lives. We are a community that sends underprivileged kids to Jewish summer camp to enable them to have the same life-changing experience as their peers. We are a community that helps the remaining Holocaust survivors in Israel, Europe, and here in Greater MetroWest to age and spend their remaining days with pride and dignity. We are a community that enables families to make a positive Jewish memory through PJ Library and other educational programs. We are a community that helps families regain their footing after a crisis through counseling and job placement services. We are a community that provides cutting-edge and nationally recognized resources and services to individuals with special needs and their families. Federation does all of this, and with your help tonight, so much more. So here's my pitch. I am asking you to stand with me to experience the life-changing work funded by our UJA campaign. And here's my promise. I promise that the sense of pride you will feel by making a gift to fund the incredible services funded by this UJA campaign will exponentially exceed whatever donation you make. You will get out more than you put in. You received an envelope on your chairs tonight when you walked in. In that envelope is an opportunity to join me, to stand up and not sit down. If you have already made your gift to the 2017 campaign, thank you. But I would be remiss, however, if I did not ask on behalf of those who cannot ask you for themselves, if you can consider to do a little more. We are grateful for a generous donation from Daniel and Doris Kaplan. Every new gift made tonight will be matched dollar for dollar. Think of that power. Daniel and Doris, I cannot see you. We talked earlier. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. You have set an inspiring example. For the newcomers tonight, my wish for you is that this evening is fun and inspiring. Perhaps your own spark or your own aha moment. I hope you will take the Kaplans up on their wonderful challenge by completing the engagement card you found on your seat. Please take out your envelopes. Take me up on my promise. And quite honestly, just between you and me, Strahan threatened to sack me if we don't raise a lot of money tonight. So that's just. But seriously, you can make a huge difference tonight in the life of someone who needs our help by making as meaningful a gift as you possibly can. And remember, together, you and I will change the world. Thank you.